Okay, so to get a texture working in your scene so that you can use this for background elements like clouds and trees, the first thing you need to do is you need to make a texture. I made a quick texture in Krita, just a little tree thing here for the background. Black being what's going to be cut out and white's going to be what's visible, just like an alpha channel in Photoshop. So to start, let's get a plane or a grid, as Maya calls it, or no, Maya calls it the plane. And go ahead and make it a little bigger. The number of divisions you can leave that at whatever you want. Okay, so that's what we got for our geometry. That's all we need for that. I'm going to go right to Hypershade, Windows, Rendering Editors, Hypershade, and let's make a AI standard. AI standard surface, which is under Arnold Shader. And then let's scroll down here to Geometry tab. Open that up, and there's this opacity, which is just saying, what's visible, what's not. Click the checker box to make a texture for it. Choose File, and then right over here, what should have the file node automatically highlighted, the image name. Click the folder, open it up, navigate to wherever your alpha is that you want to put on, and click Open. And it will apply that. And this is really shiny, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take this specular down I'll move the weight to 0. Alright, so I'm just going to drag and drop the AI standard onto the plane there. I'm going to press 6 on my keyboard for hardware texturing. And let's rotate the plane up and get a light in there. Arnold area light. And 1000 for the intensity. Alright. So if I go to the Arnold render view, and there's a little test plus. Alright, so far nothing's happening. Nothing's being rendered out. Now, there's a couple of things we got to do. So the first thing we got to do is on our polyplane, on the polyplane shape node, it's P plane shape, there's an Arnold flyout. Make sure you open that out and uncheck opaque. You uncheck opaque, and there you go. It's working. So instead of a base color for white, I'm going to make a ramp. Ramp texture. We're going to leave that place 2D texture node. Pipe the out color to the base color. Select the ramp. Choose a color. It's purple at the bottom. And light blue gray at the top. Okay, so the transparency is not showing up in the viewport. I want to make sure that this is actually working. So I'm going to select the plane and press Control D to duplicate it. Yep, it's working. See just fine in the Arnold render view. Looks like it's a little too transparent. So make sure that you're when you're making your texture that it's all the way white, unless you want a little bit of see-through there. It's not the worst thing in the world. What's nice is like if you have a background and it's a little bit of see-through on this, it will add sort of a unifying element. It'll help the colors unify a little bit. Oh yeah, also since these are planes and you've got divisions on them, you can use these points on the plane. So once again, with soft select, I'm just gonna pull that out and just help give it a little bit of shape so it doesn't look quite as flat. the trees to be a little bit bigger. So I can make some variations of these. So even though it's the same texture, it's not quite as obvious. And in case you forgot where soft select was, if you double click the move tool, there's a soft selection drop down. Just open that up and then check that little box, and that will turn soft select on and off. And you can also put deformers on these. So let's see, I'm in the effects window right now. I'm going to go back to modeling, deform, nonlinear. Where's that at? I was looking right at it. There it is. Throw bend on there. And it's going to put it at the wrong orientation. Move it straight up and down. Grab the bend handle in the attribute editor. Or the bend one, sorry. And go ahead and let's change the low bound. I'm sorry, the high bound then. Yeah, high bound is for that one to be 0 so it's not bending at the bottom. And now I could animate the tree a little bit if I wanted, just by throwing a little bend deformer on there. You can also put lattices on there if you want, so let's put a lattice on this one. Select the mesh, deform, lattice. Where's that at? It's right here. Alright, this one's going to take a little bit of editing, so you see it's got all the divisions in the depth. So Control A, it's on the FFD1 lattice shape. We want S divisions. So these divisions go right here. What's that, widthwise? Drop the T divisions down to 2 because I don't really, it's a flat object. You don't need any more than 2. I'm going to leave S divisions at 2 as well. Actually, no, I'm going to give me some S divisions and 1 U division. And then you can just grab these keyframes up here, or you can grab them from here and rotate them. And you can actually just keyframe them if you want. So let's undo that real quick. Set a keyframe. And got a little bit of animation on it. Very important to animate as many things as you can in your scene so it doesn't look still and lifeless. Alright, hopefully that answers any questions you have about how to get textures on a card and make them look a little bit more than just a flat plane. If you have questions, send me an email or you can leave a comment on the video.